Good morning and welcome to Civics Once a Year with Kristine.
This year has seen numerous ups and downs in politics, but it has truly been a sad one for those who walk through this great nation when they see the streets and roads crowded with immigrants and Muslims. We Americans, instead of being able to live in peace amongst our fellow citizens, are forced to coexist with foreigners even though we can't identify what their motives are. I think it is agreed by all parties that this massive number of immigrants in the current critical state of America is an unnecessary grievance. Thus, whoever could find a fair, easy, and cheap method of making these people sound and useful members of society would be held in the highest honor. The number of citizens in the U.S. is estimated to be around 319 million, 11 million of which are immigrants. The issue now arises is how this number should be depleted, because we could not simply live amongst them. I am fully aware that an immigrant or a Muslim is no saleable commodity. So I will now humbly propose my own thoughts, which I am certain will receive no objections. I have been assured by a highly educated individual that a healthy immigrant is the most delicious, nutritious, and wholesome food, whether roasted, baked, or boiled. Immigrant flesh will be available all year long, and those who are more thrifty can skin the carcass to make gloves for women and shoes for men. I think the advantages of this proposal are obvious and crucial to the present state of America. First of all, it would greatly lessen the number of immigrants who are constantly overrunning America and stealing our jobs. Second, the economic state of America will be regulated as more people will have something to buy and sell. Finally, America is looking a little thin these days, so consuming these unwanted people would solve the hunger issue in our country. I can't think of anyone who would object this proposal, but let's see what our head correspondent on immigration has to say on this.
I don't know, Kristine. I'm kind of opposed to that idea. Let's see what Donald Trump's take on this is.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Wow, looks like banning all immigrants, Hispanics, and Muslims is the answer to all our problems. But honestly, Donald Trump has these ideas of removing and stopping immigrants from entering the US, but how is he actually going to see this through?
Donald, a customs agent would then ask the person his or her religion?
That would be probably, they would say, are you Muslim?
And if they said yes, they would not be allowed in the country.
That's correct.
I think that's a really smart way to do this. I mean, people lie about it being their birthdays in order to get free desserts. Hell, even our mom lies when she tells us she's almost there to get you when she hasn't even left yet. But ISIS, I think we pretty much can trust them if they say they're not Muslim.
That's an okay point, Risha. And now here's Kristine, our head correspondent with the latest on gun control.
You would think that after countless innocent people are murdered at school, at health centers, and at work, America would want to do something about it. When there has been at least 354 mass shootings this year, more mass shootings than days in this year so far, something must be wrong with our country. Wake up, America! If protecting your right to have deadly weapons is so valuable to you, what about other people's right to be alive? Nope, guns are greater than people, I guess. On to other news. Since we're so jaded with learning about what new shooting happened today, the Senate rejected a measure that would prevent people on the Federal Terrorist Watch List, or the no-fly list, from buying guns. Apparently, Republicans are more scared of the NRA than the potential terrorists. But even gun owners support expanded gun control.
Now, you've heard me say this in two other times before. I'm a gun owner. I strongly believe in the Second Amendment, but I would darn sure rather err on the side of caution and inconvenience somebody who maybe shouldn't be on that list than to allow somebody who is on that list who shouldn't have a gun to be able to buy one and do terror in the United States of America.
Now, some are complaining that the terrorist watch list and the no-fly list include innocent people. Here's a thought: fix the list. Make a way for people to appeal being on the list. Albeit that won't be able to prevent all acts of terrorism, but isn't it better to be safe than sorry? Americans think not. Because the obsolete Second Amendment, written at a time when a well-regulated state militia was necessary, or when you needed to protect your family from black bears in your backyard, is so much more important than people's lives. So go and enjoy your right to buy an assault rifle for no reason, because America.
Thank you, Kristine. Next, let's take a look at the recent news on the upcoming presidential election.
poll by CBS puts Donald Trump in the lead with 35% of Republican primary voters supporting him. Ted Cruz has risen to second place with 16%, while Ben Carson has dropped to third with 13%. Marco Rubio got 9%, Jeb Bush got 3%, and Carly Fiorina got only 1%. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton leads the Democratic poll with 52% of Democratic primary voters supporting her. Bernie Sanders got 32%, while Martin O'Malley got only 2%. Makes me wonder why Donald Trump is leading the Republican polls. Even the bald eagle doesn't like him. When the symbol of the United States is trying to attack you, that should say something about you. It seems that even the bald eagle doesn't want you to be president, Donald.
Thank you, Dustin. Now Ashika's going to tell us all about what Congress has been getting done in D.C.
Oh, sorry. I was just imitating what Congress is doing right now. That's right. Absolutely nothing. But what is Congress supposed to be discussing right now? It seems that the solution to low sales for pharmaceutical companies is to increase the price of basic medicine. This makes sense though, right? Revenue over health equals a greater America and a healthier America, right? Well, 2 senators have actually expressed interest in this matter. They are investigating 2 companies that increased their prices by 5,000%. Let's take a look at what the owner of this shamefully successful company has to say.
There's no doubt I'm a capitalist. I'm trying to create a big drug company, a successful drug company, a profitable drug company.
You see how greedy this move looks.
Yeah, I could see how it looks greedy, but I think there's a lot of altruistic properties to it.
Altruistic?
Absolutely.
In what way?
With these new profits, we can spend all of that upside on these patients who sorely need a new drug, in my opinion.
So, even though some people aren't able to pay for their medication right now, in the future, pharmaceutical companies will have created something better with this money, even though people still won't be able to afford it. Now, back to you, Kristine.
Well, that's all the civics we can handle this year, so we'll see you in 2016.